That the official opposition, which I have the honor to run, is asking of this budget is a basic question about the whole recession, the economic crisis we're in. Is this crisis going to leave us meaner, more unequal, and more divided? Or is this a moment in which we become closer together, more unified, more fair, and more just? Many recessions produce victims. And the test of that budget for me is whether we are looking after the vulnerable. That's in fact the first test that the official opposition Liberal Party will apply to this budget. Does it protect the vulnerable? One of the populations where there is vulnerability is the Aboriginal population of Canada. Our party is proud of the fact that we signed the Kelowna Accord with Aboriginal communities, provincial governments across Canada. We made very serious commitments then to investments in health and education and housing. Chief Fontaine just today put forward an agenda of infrastructure investment in Aboriginal communities. I don't think we can meet all of it, but this would make a substantial dent in Aboriginal deprivation. And this is a matter of conscience for our country. We need to get this right. Because the world looks at us and increasingly asks the question. You guys talk a lot about human rights, and you talk about justice, and you're proud people. So why is it that 2 children freeze to death at Yellow Quill Reservation, Saskatchewan, on a frozen winter night? How does that stuff happen? It's not just a story of a father who has a little too much to drink and a terrible tragedy ensues. There's something about that story that haunts us all. And we have to do better. We have to attack the deprivation in housing. We have to attack the deprivation in education. We've got to mobilize, and we've got one enormous asset we have to seize hold of. I was talking to Chief Doug Kelly today. One of the things that I see across the country, which is a tremendous sign of hope, and we don't say this often enough, we have the best generation of young Aboriginal leadership in the history of the country. So my sense of what we have to do as a people is sit down with this great generation, much of it college educated, very sophisticated, top political leaders, and say, okay, let's sit down together and get this right. This is our chance to turn this around. We've got the leadership now, so let's sit down and get this done. And justice for Aboriginal Canadians will be a critical evaluation question that we will ask of the budget that's coming up to the House of Commons on the 27th of January.